In this video, we will be talking about the recap of Apple's WWDC 2023 event, and after that, we will be going through the history of Apple's WWDC event from 2016 to 2022, which it will be Apple products and software stuff. Now let's first talk about the history of Apple's WWDC events, but if you don't want to know the history of Apple WWDC events, then you can skip this part and go on to another part, which is the recap of Apple's WWDC 2023 event. So before we get started in this video, we were gonna watch Apple's WWDC 2023 event livestream on YouTube. But then I found out it would be a copyright strike or worse, like when YouTube is gonna take down my video. So let's not watch the Apple's WWDC 2023 event livestream. So yeah, now let's get this started in this video. So now let's go over the history of Apple's WWDC events from 2016 to 2022. So then, back in 2016 on Apple's WWDC event, they announced only some software stuff, which is iOS 10, iPadOS 10, macOS 10.12 Sierra, tvOS 10 and watchOS 3. And then on Apple's WWDC 2017 event, unlike the 2016 event, they announced few Apple products and some software stuff too, which is iOS 11, iPadOS 11, macOS 10.13 High Sierra, tvOS 11 and watchOS 4. And Apple products like the brand new iPad Pro, iMac Pro, and the brand new HomePod. And then on Apple's WWDC 2018 event, like the 2016 event, they only announced some software stuff like iOS 12, iPadOS 12, macOS 10.14 Mojave, tvOS 12 and watchOS 5. And on Apple's WWDC 2019 event, like the 2017 event from Apple, they announced some software stuff and two new Apple products, which is iOS 13 with a new feature called Dark Mode, iPadOS 13, macOS 10.15 Catalina and watchOS 6. And two most expensive Apple Mac products is Mac Pro and with the Pro Display XDR, which costs $6,000. And then on Apple's WWDC 2020 event, while there is COVID-19 pandemic across the world, they announced some software stuff like iOS 14, iPadOS 14, macOS 11 Big Sur, tvOS 14 and watchOS 7. And some privacy stuff too. And on Apple's WWDC 2021 event, they announced some software stuff like iOS 15, iPadOS 15, macOS 12 Monterey and watchOS 8. And two new Apple products like HomePod Mini and brand new AirPods Pro. And other stuff like Apple Privacy, Apple Health, iCloud and Developer Technologies and App Store. And the last one is Apple's WWDC 2022 event on June 6. They announced some Apple products like Macs and a brand new Apple M2 chip, which they claimed that it was 20% faster than M1 or something like that, and they announced the new software stuff like iOS 16, iPadOS 16, macOS 13 Ventura, watchOS 9, tvOS 16 and HomePod Software 16. And also they announced some Apple Fitness stuff too. And now that's it for the history of Apple WWDC events from 2016 to 2022. Now before we move on to the recap of Apple's WWDC 2023 event, please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you won't miss any future videos that I upload more often. And also for that one, we want my YouTube channel to reach 50 subscribers as our goal to get there. And for that, if we reach 50 subscribers, I will be making a YouTube channel of xxDannyPlayz trailer. And now let's move on to the recap of the Apple's WWDC 2023 event. And on Apple's WWDC 2023, like maybe the past few years of Apple's WWDC events, they announced some software stuff and Apple products like iOS 17, iPadOS 17, macOS 14 Sonoma, tvOS 17, HomePod Software 17 and watchOS 10. And they announced a few Mac products like 15-inch MacBook Air, a second-generation Mac Studio and a brand new Apple Silicon Mac Pro. And these two new powerful Mac products has M2 Ultra. And Apple CEO Tim Cook said this:
"We do have one more thing.
And that's the Apple VR headset. And it is called Apple Vision Pro. And the operating system for the Vision Pro, instead of called the Apple Vision Pro's operating system called XROS, it will be called Vision OS this time. And you can watch my last video about the VR headset because there's so much details that I can't tell you guys though. So yeah, and now that's it for today's video about the recap of the Apple's WWDC 2023 event. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any future videos that I upload more often. Thank you very much. And also for the Weather Channel, new videos will appear over there probably on late June or early July, so please subscribe to that channel also too. Link for that channel is in the description down below. And please make sure to join Discord server if you haven't already, if your account is 13 or higher. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video, probably about the Weather Channel or maybe something else very soon. Bye bye.